Welcome, devlog number 17. If you wish to support us, purchase our games, Bunny Hill or Airstar on Steam. Wishlist Cavern on Steam. Wishlisted on Steam. Let's get to business. What have I been doing for the past 2 months since the last Cavern devlog? Boom, boom. Yes, I've been updating my previous games with bug fixes, because it's good to improve their quality. But I've also been deep within the cavern, bringing what I believe to be changes that finalize the vertical slice of the game that I originally imagined. Now, I'm not just talking gameplay, okay? I've run 2 beta tests for the game. The first being sort of a proof of concept for the mechanics, okay? I got a lot of good feedback. We implemented it. We released the second beta test. I got even more feedback, okay? Quick shout out to those in the Discord who gave me a ton of useful feedback. Any thoughts and opinions at all, they all went into crafting the game into what it is now. Thank you. Anaflow, Cat, Dwid, Ikara Game, Gotcha Brain, Costco Hot Dog, Sitting Gnome, Morsa, This Guy, Armadillo Person, Nefraj, and the many more folks who contributed stuff to the Google spreadsheet. It's anonymous. I don't know who you are, but I thank you very much. Now, as I was saying, the previous test validated, to some extent, the gameplay. My goal for the past 2 months has been to introduce things that add sauce, right? The first beta test didn't even have any sound effects, music, and the largest piece that I've been working on, the narrative. This is where the rubber meets the road. None of my previous games have any sort of story or meta story whatsoever. The only experience I deliver to the player is the experience of playing the game. In the skiing game, you just go fast down the hill. Everybody always asks, how fast is Benny? Not how is Benny. But games are more than just a fun set of rules. I don't want it to be overbearing to the player, but I think it does add a lot to the mood, tone, and atmosphere of the game, and ultimately delivers a fuller or better experience. So I've had the cutscene system built in for a while, but it was finally time to make the first cutscene, which means I'll need all the narrative characters. I've got 3 characters to introduce you to. The first being Camera Kid. He's a sort of young and inept cameraman for the filming of a caving television series led by yours truly, caver extraordinaire, Guardo Pan. Guardo is a rough and tumble, fast and loose, fly by the seat of your pants, ignore the rules, badass mofo, for lack of a better term. Guardo hired Camera Kid to operate the camera because he's cheap. The third character is Shannon. Shannon is the scientist of the group, and this is kind of the sort of meta rationalization for the logging stations and modems throughout the levels that you interact with to get more swap abilities. Work with me here. This also is kind of a rationalization for the swapping mechanic. The setting is a cave, but ultimately the swapping mechanic makes sense because it is sort of part of the simulations that you can run to further scientific knowledge given the data that you have, right? Thus, more data, more swaps, you get the gist. The narrative follows this crew through a few of their circumstances throughout the cave. These characters will eventually be unlockable and playable, along with other characters you meet along the way. The idea for Camera Kid is that he can take pictures of objects, and that allows him to emit them, so he can't swap at all, but he can use what's around him in his environment with the camera. Guardo pans, he's throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, and so his ability in the game is to pick up and throw objects. So any object that you're holding, you can throw at an enemy and he'll do extra damage, but he has a low amount of health. He'll sort of be like the challenge character. Shannon is a swapping focused character, no attacking, just swapping, highest swapping damage, and additionally, Shannon has automatic shield gain on hit. So Shannon will also be sort of a health tank kind of character. The first cutscene is completely finished. I feel like it came out really, really nice. I won't spoil it all here for you. It's the first thing you'll see when you boot up the game, but here's a few funny clips. And within that cutscene, you may have heard a song or two. I've been working on the music. I've got 3 tracks in the game. I've been trying to channel my inner Toby Fox for the narrative stuff. I've been trying for my whole life to turn my 500 or so hours in Terraria into something beneficial for myself. I'm just kidding, I love Terraria, it's a great game. Every single second was worth it. Let me back in the game! That being said, I hope this music resonates with the vision of the game, and yeah, I'll place it in the video so you guys can take a peek. I've been cooking up le beats in le studio. What's the problem? Alright, I think this is the final mix. One devlog ago, I was talking about this chart. You can see it's all red and crossed out. Maybe you can't see, it's really dark, I don't know what The new sheet is blank, but this is kind of what I have to do for the final sort of demo that I want to push for the Steam Next Fest. So a very small amount of stuff here at the top. I've been saying I'm going to do the Steam Next Fest for like 17 years, and every video I say, I'm so close, I'm so close. The Steam Next Fest I'm actually going to do is, you can't see it, February 23rd, 2025. Which means I've got 2.5 months to be fully prepared. Now I've got the demo already pretty much done. From then on, I'm off to the races. Now the important part is that a lot of this stuff's actually planned out. I've got a bazillion spreadsheets and Google documents that detail out most of the rest of the content of the game. But that being said, I have a lot of cool ideas I want to implement. I want to see how they all work together. I'll change things as I go. None of this is set in stone. I've got a ton of ideas for objects. I've got a ton of ideas for enemies. What I'm saying is, I specifically in the demo only let the player get so far with the swapping stuff because it's the sort of beginning of the game, right? But once the player can swap, infinite health potions, then There has to be something that either, stops healing or just does so much damage so fast that it's hard to deal with, right? But there's going to be other solutions to deal with those problems. There's already things like this in the game. For example, these large formation enemies are quite hard to kill. They deal a lot of damage, but you can distract them with slimes. Ways to work around the problem when you don't have the sort of strategy that this enemy is made to combat. Hopefully that makes sense. As for the current wishlist count of the game, we are now at 1,293 wishlists. That's pretty huge. I'm pretty pumped. I'm hoping that I'm communicating my vision clearly. It's a long ride. I'm Dogma Quest or dogma.questlog, and I'm a bronze tier YouTuber hard stuck at 7,769 elo. Thank you for watching. This channel is sponsored by all of the life force and passion I have to give. Thank you for watching. And be nice to strangers on the street. And smile if you see a cool bug.